The bold and the cold. Sandra and I are going to pick one bold statement about a player, a team, a future outcome or event that could happen. It's a little crazy, but it's still plausible. And then we're also going to do that with a cold statement. So about a player, a team, a future outcome, something that could happen that could point out something that's headed in the wrong direction. So we've got the cold and the bold. You want to start with your cold, Sandra? Hit us with that one first.
All right. We're going to go cold. We're taking into consideration some of the things that are catching our eyes right now. And for me, I'm honing in on NWSL and in particular, Kansas City Current. So my cold vibe right now is that we're maybe at one point, I may have thought this team is ridiculous. They're doing incredible stuff. Surely they're going to win the Shield. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think Kansas City is falling quickly out of contention for the 2024 NWSL Shield race. And Lisa, I was like, what are some other things that I could put here to maybe make sure that folks are on board with this? Well, for starters, it's the 3-game losing streak in the regular season. That's a tough one, right? But we've talked about these performances week in and week out. We got to see a little bit of a shakeup coming out of this weekend, a swap in goalkeeper for Kansas City Current. They're trying to look for answers because that's a narrative that's followed them all season. They have bled goals. They've scored a ton of them, right? We're all excited and on Temwa Chawinga watch every week, but they've also let in a lot of goals. And when you're looking at the schedule in front of them, they have some tough opponents sprinkled in along the way over the course of probably the next 6 to 8 weeks. We're talking a meeting with the Spirit, I believe, Gotham. There's some teams that are other contenders as well. Yeah, Orlando, that's huge. So I'm thinking they're not gonna really be in it anymore, Lisa.
Ooh, does this mean that they are still in the playoffs, but just not winning the Shield?
Yeah, I think this is
Okay.
the time where if you have enough cushion and you're making a little bit of a stumble, you'll probably still find your way in the playoffs. They have so clearly set themselves up for that. I'm sure they're also equally as motivated by the fact that the neutral site is going to be in Kansas City. Of course, you want to try to make it all the way to the end, but there's something about the Shield. We've heard it time and time again how difficult that actually is to win and how kind of rare it is because we've seen Seattle win it 3 times. It's we've seen North Carolina Courage teams back in the day win that. And we just saw San Diego win it last year. And now look where they are at this point in 2024. It's tough.
Wow. Okay, I love that cold statement, Sandra. That is the cold. It's pretty cold. That's pretty rough, especially considering at the start of the season, we all were like, wow, this Kansas City side is a rejuvenated team. I like it though. I like where your head's at. My cold statement is about Orlando Pride forward Barbra Banda, and she is not going to win the Golden Boot. She has been struggling. She hasn't scored in the last 2 games to find the back of the net. And Orlando has an ability to have a lot of depth, and a lot of different players on the pitch can score, can contribute. I mean, heck, Adriana is like, give me the ball. I'll do anything to get it back of the net. And this is a team that has relied a little bit on Barbra Banda. And now that she's gone cold, it's going to take other players stepping up. And once those players step up, it's going to continue to run that way. And as it stands right now in the Golden Boot race, Banda is at 12. Sophia Smith is on her heels with 11, and Banda is 2 behind Chawinga, who is at 14 goals in the Golden Boot race. Banda's not going to do it. She's not going to get there. She's been a little bit found out. Teams have been able to shut her down, isolate her a little bit more. And as this Orlando side continues to go throughout the regular season, they're just playing teams that they've already played before. So there's a lot of film on Banda about what she can do, about what she can't do, how to and how to make sure that she doesn't get in those positions to just absolutely dominate. Not to mention they've got Kansas City again, as you just talked about. And this is a Kansas City side that's going to want to go on a run and absolutely look to destroy and get to the top. They also have to play Washington Spirit, Portland Thorns, and Gotham, teams that are all vying to be at the top of the table. So that's my cold statement on Barbra Banda not winning the Golden Boot.
Listen, I think you made some pretty good arguments there. I'm semi sold, but I think that's only because I'm also really high on Chewing. I think it's incredible what she's doing this season. But wouldn't it be funny if like maybe that matchup, like how I'm going with like a KC cold take, and you're going with like an Orlando kind of cold statement, where it's like, what if that's the game? What if that's the matchup that kind of like changes the trajectory of either of these cold statements? So we'll see.
Wouldn't that be fun? Friday, September 13th, Sandra. It's Friday the 13th. We get Kansas City, Orlando Pride. I am very excited for that one. Okay, so those were cold statements. Now we get to flip the script and talk about our bold statements. So something that could happen. It's a little crazy, but still plausible out there, but a little bit more of a positive spin on it. Hit us with your bold statement.
All right. My bold statement also maybe like speaking it into existence with a wish. Maybe I'm, giving some clues today with the kit that I'm rocking, the Mexico kit. But the Women's U20 World Cup is currently ongoing. We're just in the early stages of the group phase. And my bold statement is that Mexico women's national team can win the whole dang thing. I don't know if there's a more open possibility for this World Cup. I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of people who are like, you're an idiot. Surely Spain is going to take this World Cup. But I like where they're at. They just are coming off of a win against Australia. Maybe they're going to set themselves up to possibly win the group. They're sitting in second right now. I'd love to see it. There's nothing I've enjoyed more than getting to watch some of the youth teams for women's Mexico's national team. They've had a lot of talent over the course of really the last cycle or so. I know folks are probably remembering that U17 World Cup where they were runners up. Lots of exciting talent there in the pipeline, and now here we are in the U20 World Cup. So is this an opportunity for them to build on some stuff? It's a bold wish. Let's just say that.
It's a bold wish. Mexico's in the group with Colombia, who's host of this FIFA 20 World Cup, U20 World Cup. They got to get past them.
They do.
I love it, Sandra. I love it. The U20 World Cup is so fun to watch and entertaining. I was watching Colombia last night, actually. It's very, very entertaining. And that is a good bold take because anything can happen in this World Cup. We have to remember these are children playing. They are children. They're so young and anything can happen, good, bad, and otherwise. Okay, that's a pretty solid, bold statement. Mine is that Angel City FC are going to win the NWSL championship. This is an Angel City side that is currently, right? I mean,
I'm listening like everyone else. Let me just stay seated.
So with 8 matches left, they are in 9th place. So they are just on the outside looking into the standings. However, the postseason is entirely different than we've ever seen in years past. No teams get a bye. We have to go through the quarterfinals. And once Angel City gets into a playoff position, they are just going to absolutely run the table. And they're going to do this in dominating fashion because but from now till the end of the regular season, Angel City gets to play Seattle twice. They've got that one in the bag. They've also got Portland twice. So not a lot of travel on Angel City's legs. Then they take on Louisville, North Carolina, Washington. Once they do that, they're just going to absolutely crush. They've got Kristen Press coming back. Alyssa Thompson is in great form, 3 goals in 2 matches. They have a lot of this mentality spirit that you need in order to play well in the postseason. It's very different than the regular season. And they've reminded me a lot of Gotham FC last year with a little bit of underdog mentality. They have this mindset to kind of rally around their coach that they love. We saw that last year with Gotham. You need a defining feature or characteristic that this team can get behind. Last year for Gotham, it was Ali Krieger, her retirement, the end of her season for her. This year, it's Kristen Press getting back on the pitch. And Angel City is going to rally around her, and they're going to take it all the way and lift the title.
I respect this so much. You touched on it already. I was going to say like this bold take is like motivated from some history here. I was going to ask like is it giving 2023 Gotham FC, and you basically said yeah, it is. But I think you're banking a lot on like a couple of matchups there, but I'm going to give it to you because I mean maybe we could have like woven in like Portland Thorns and either a bold or a cold take in this one, because they're kind of hitting some roadblocks as well. So man, I mean, they had a little bit of a burner against Bay FC. What if they have one of those against Angel City? Look, it's NWSL. Nothing's impossible, right?
There is a lot that can happen with Angel City. And because of like standings wise, they only sit on 21 points. They're tied on points with Bay FC now. Like it is easy for them. And honestly, I don't want them to get too high of a spot in the playoffs, right? I just want them like 6th or 7th.
Sneak in there.
Sneak it in. You can't get their confidence too high. I love it. Okay, if you guys are joining us live on YouTube, thank you so much. Those are our bold, those are our cold statements. Let us know which ones you like. If you liked Sandra's, if you liked mine, we got the bold, we got the cold, and also let us know yours. Which bold or cold statements you have on the NWSL season, the U20 World Cup, the college game has started. We've got women's college soccer happening. Let us know your bold statements and your cold statements, and also vote on which one of ours is bolder or colder. That was really fun. That was really fun.
No right or wrong. Just toss them in. We want to hear.
Yeah, this was really fun. I'm not going to lie. I was a little hesitant to do this segment because I didn't understand it, but I understand it now, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This was amazing.